2-1 and then giving up the equalizer. He said it felt like a loss. Do you agree with that?
It feels more like a loss than a win. Yeah, it's a tough one because you do so much to get yourself back, to get the equalizer. Fantastic goal by Kieran. And then you get the go-ahead goal. Yeah, and it's like elation. And then you still have, I don't know how much time we had, 15, 17, something like that, minutes left. And to not close it out, yeah, that stings, right? So that one hurts. But, yeah, I think that's a, 4 set-piece goals in the game. It was that kind of game. Wasn't the most beautiful football I've seen in my life, but yeah, it was a test of character and commitment, and yeah, I thought the guys passed that test.
What leads to a game like that that ends up being mostly about those special moments, those set piece moments?
I mean, yeah, Stanford, like, it's a very tough team to play. They do. The system is, you know, is there, and it's been the same for, look, they have 3 national championships. I mean, the system is built to play the way they play, and the kids buy in, and it's very hard to break down, and they take little risks. Yeah, so that kind of creates a game where I mean, I didn't see the stats, but we couldn't have had more than 5, 6, 7 shots in the game, so. And I don't think, I mean, they had a few more than us, but I don't think it was like, there was just a game with not a ton of chances. So, yeah, what leads to it, I think, is like their disciplined approach of little risk and not giving away chances. And, us gave away a few, but we couldn't quite stretch well enough or really crack it.
On the go-ahead goal, it went to a review, and when the official got you and the Stanford coach together, it looked like he was having a long chat with you, and we were speculating that maybe he was setting you up for disappointment. Was his explanation, or how did he explain what he saw?
He said it was bar, like then the wheel is what he said, like the wheel on the side of the goal. So you can tell, like whenever a referee pulls both coaches together, whoever the referee looks at is normally the person the decision is benefiting, because he doesn't want to look at the other guy. So he's looking straight at me. So I was like, oh, it's probably going our way. So it seems to be like that's always the way, human nature. Like you're not staring at the guy you're disappointing. Normally, you're looking at the guy you're gonna, give the good news to. So I pretty much, and the guys were all saying like it was pretty evident, and we had the video ourselves, so we felt pretty convicted that it was going to be a goal.
How important is having somebody who can deliver those set pieces, whether it's just a good ball to be able to score, just that mentality and that ability?
Yeah, I mean, Kieran serves. I mean, it's not like he doesn't serve a good ball. He serves like a wonderful ball. Like the pace he puts on it and where he puts it. Like, I mean, Brock did really well to meet it. Yeah, but all you had to do was like just direct it at the goal. It's got so much power on it. You just got to get in the way of it. So, yeah, it's an absolute weapon. So, yeah, he takes great pride in it. He hits a ton of free kicks after training, and he works on it. And it's something you're not going to take him off free kicks by any means, because he can put the ball in a dangerous spot. And then, as you saw in the goal, like, yeah, he's got the confidence to strike it from anywhere.
Is that key to have somebody who wants to take it, who isn't going to let somebody?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's assigned, right? So there's a right footer and a left footer on it, and normally, yeah, I mean, that one that they scored on was obviously, I mean, if you're going to shoot it, it's a left footer. If you're going to serve it, it can go either way. But yeah, you got to trust him. He's got a special talent, and he's an excellent player. So if he's going to step up and smash one like that on frame, like, go at it, man.
You got Cesar Rubalcaba back. How did he look to you, and what does his return to the lineup change in terms of the way you're able to defend the dangerous team like Stanford.
Yeah, I mean, Caesar's a leader of the team. He's one of the captains. Like, he was out for 3 weeks. He got himself back really fast. I mean, he trained like half on Monday, like 2/3 on Wednesday. He trained full, 2/3 on Tuesday, trained full on Wednesday, and then yesterday was just light. So he had one full training session under his belt, and he went 90 minutes without a problem. Like, the kid's a winner. So, yeah, I mean, we managed the time without Caesar really well, but to have him back is a great boost for the team.
Right now, you guys are at, as many, or I guess more ties than wins during the conference play. And when you look at it like that, and it's not meant to be a negative, you got a really good team, but you're a little bit more of a low scoring team this year. And so when you think about that, does that change as the year goes on? Does it change the way you expect to be able to win games with this team, or are you still hoping that this team gets to a consistent kind of a 2 or 3 goal a game?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like we're hoping for a certain number of goals per game, but we are hoping to play a certain way that hopefully will lead to goals. So I'm not, look, we're never going to forego like defensive principles and like how we defend the box. And like, I think the center backs and the wing backs, they do a really good, and the sixes do a really good job of not giving up a ton of chances. And when people can get around the edge, it's kind of, they bend a little bit. We don't break. We tend to deal with service well. And those guys are all really good in the air. But if we just say, hey, we're going to defend and sit really deep and counter, and we're not going to try to build out, and we're not going to try to play, and we're just going to play long and pick up second balls, and like, we'll lose them, right? That's not who they are. That's not the way they were recruited. And though we don't have like a ton of vertical threat up top right now, we still have to play. And for about 15 minutes in the second half, like, we finally were able to play through them. And we created, it was our best 15 minutes of the game. It was the only 15 minutes that there was a ton of soccer that happened, So, yeah, we cannot change like the identity and DNA of a team. Like, you can't. Like, if I walked in that locker room and said, guys, like, we don't score enough goals, we're just going to sit in and we're going to try to win games on set pieces, like, that's not why we recruited them, and that's not why they're here. And we want to play the game a certain way, and we want to build, and we want to try to create chances. And though we're not creating a ton right now, like, we're not going to go away from it.
Obviously, you want to win every time you go on the field, but and a draw is never going to be as gratifying as a victory. But is this one of those games where getting a point against a top 5 team will be one that you point to at the end of the year when seedings are sorted out for postseason?
Yeah. Look, we've played some really good teams this year. This league asks some really good questions of us. Like, we are much better tested for October and whatever may be going forward this year than we ever have been. That's a draw against a really good team, a team that is, I don't know what they're ranked, 5th, 8th, I don't even know. It doesn't really matter. But they're, a team that's in the RPI easily in the top 5. It's like, it's not a result we should hang our head about by any means. We should be proud of the effort it took for us to find a goal and then to score the go-ahead goal. Disappointed to give up an equalizer, but at the end of the day, like, these guys should hold their head pretty high walking off the field here and say, like, all right, well, you went toe-to-toe with a top 5 team. Oh, you went to Duke and toe-to-toe with them, and you didn't get a result. I mean, you got a tie, but, we can play them. And, we had Pitt at home. They're the number 1 team in the country and had a bad 20 minutes, but, like, we can play those guys again. So, yeah, I told the guys, like, there are really good teams in this league, but there's not a team in the league that I look at and go, like, oh, man, these guys are way better than us. Like, it's going to be a game, and most likely we're going to lose a game here at some point. And, hopefully we win a few more too. But, like, we are much better tested going into mid to late October than ever before.
With that, how have you seen the guys kind of handle? I mean, I'm just looking at the schedule and counting
Yeah.
others have been in the top 20. Just how have you seen them kind of handle this kind of different looking season that you've had in the past?
I don't think they've handled it any different. Like, the reason they come here and the reason they play for this program is they want to play in games like this. Like, I mean, there are games that we play in the season that, and I told them before the game, like, there are certain games you play within your career that you remember. There's like alumni night tonight, and it was, what a crowd, like the best crowd I've seen in a long time. And a bunch of alums here, and I said, like, this is probably a game that in 40 years, if you're at an alumni night and you're sitting in the stands drinking a beer, you're probably going to talk to your boys about. Like, oh, I remember when we played Stanford and what happened and all that. Like, look, it didn't end perfectly for us, but what a cool memory, and what a great opportunity for these guys to play in front of a crowd like that. And yeah, it was a neat night.
I don't know. It feels like a loss, honestly. If you come back like that, we give up 2 set piece goals, unlucky, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like we were asleep, throwing into, especially the free kick. We were a little asleep, and then it hurts.
Obviously, your free kick goal, it kind of lit the fire under the team, or maybe there was a fire before then. I know you guys were giving everything you got, but what were you trying to do on that play, and how did it work?
So my intention was to cross it in the second post, and if you're lucky, it goes in. If not, someone should be there and score it. So I mean, I got lucky that it went in, but I would have taken it as an assist too.
Do you think the keeper was probably thinking that you were crossing it in?
Yeah.
The way he played it?
Yeah, I think so.
What did you think about, it looked like it was getting more and more physical in the second half, which I understand happens when the tie game, close game between two good teams. What did you think about the way your team handled the physical play in the second half?
I think we already played against some physical teams, and we knew what was coming. And I think we did a good job in trying to take a fight.
Obviously, you want to win every time you go out there, but when you're in this new conference, as tough as it is there some satisfaction in getting a point against a team like that that'll be in the standings at the end of the year when postseason is settled?
I mean, we want to be there too, so I think we should win. We tied Duke too, which also hurt. I think we could have won that too. And now another one. I don't know. One point is okay. Like the positive things we haven't lost. I think we could have won those 2 games.
Do you feel the difference, especially early with these ranked games, just the different feel of these games versus maybe what conference was at previously?
I take any game as it is. We have some more ranked games now, maybe, but in the end, we're trying to play and win.
On the second goal that you guys got to go ahead, could you see whether that ball was in or not?
Yeah. I had a good view from the side. I saw it in. It was just on the referee.
There was no doubt in your mind.
No, I knew. I was just hoping the referee sees that too.
It looked like they were giving a long explanation to Coach Hudson.
I don't know. I don't know what they were saying, but I think it was clear.
I was just going to ask, so your emotion coming out of this, you feel like it's a loss. What does that motivate you to do? What do you think that motivates your team to do? As you have just a few conference games left in the regular season.
You just gotta start winning again, and I mean I'm always motivated, but especially like after a game like this, with a tough tie, and the second one in a row, we gotta bounce back.
You got your center back, your captain back tonight, Caesar. What did his return do for, not just for the back line, but for the team overall? What did he add to the lineup?
I think, as a team, we know he's important. I think you can see that too from the outside. He's a leader, and I'm happy he's back.
What's it like being the guy, on those free kicks, on the corners? Is there a mentality that kind of switches when it goes to those set pieces for you, or is it just kind of part of your game?
I think it became part of my game. I train it too, and I know I'm dangerous. So after the free kick, I knew I can make it, even if it's a cross or I saw the goalie a little bit standing off. So I was like, either it's going in or someone heads it in. And the same thing with the corner. I tried to whip the ball in, and I'm saying to myself, either I'll make it or someone else makes it.
Does there have to be whether it's confidence, cockiness, swagger, with kind of doing those things for the team?
No, I don't think so. I'm just trying to show my qualities, and I think Seppi is one of them.
Coach Hudson always talks about either celebrate a win or think about a loss for 24 hours and then you're on to the next opponent. Is a game like this where you had a lead kind of late, is that harder to put behind you?
I don't know. The 24-hour rule is kind of hard for me, because I start thinking about I start thinking about the next game when it's closer, and after tough games like that, I think about it for like maybe 25 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you.